We are back at ShoreSportsNetwork.com. It is our Jersey Mike's Game of the Week, and it's a premier matchup in the Shore Conference. Two teams not separated by a whole lot geography-wise. Donovan Catholic right up the road from Toms River High School North, who comes into this one at 3-2 overall. A Donovan Catholic team, Kevin, which is trying to finish up the regular season for whatever that means this year at 5-0 and take some momentum into what will be the postseason, which is supposed to start next week.
Yeah, Matt, we don't have enough time to go over the whole situation now, but we certainly will during the course of the evening. But it appears Donovan Catholic will be playing Red Bank Catholic next weekend in what, in essence, is a pod semifinal, and we can call it, the media, a Shore Conference tournament semifinal game with Mater Dei Prep playing Wall in the other. But let's take one game at a time. Tonight, it's the Griffins and the Mariners, and North has gotten some good news today in the return of their outstanding two-way lineman, John O'Donnell, a big senior who's been out 3 games, injured his shoulder early in the Southern Regional game, was just cleared yesterday by doctors to return. He's a senior. He wanted to play tonight. I talked to Mariner coach Dave Ozowitz, and he said, we're going to keep an eye on him, but we'll probably use him a little more on defense, up in the line, maybe linebacker spot, kind of like the Sam position, and whether he plays offensive tackle at all, that's to be decided as we see how things go. But that is a big lift for this Mariner team.
North will be the team to kick off. The Mariners in the dark uniforms tonight with the white helmets. Donovan Catholic in their away white jerseys, pants, and helmets. Speaking of John O'Donnell, Ed, I saw you just walk past him and have a quick word.
Yeah, I said 2 ways tonight. He said definitely. So we'll see what Coach Oz has in store for him, but he wants to go both ways. By the way, Matt and Kevin, after a near 70-degree day, it has cooled down into the 50s right now and getting kind of cool.
Beautiful football weather for November.
Pretty good up here.
Yep.
James Bivens back deep with Jayon Farrar. Corsi's kickoff on the bounce, handled at the 15, coming all the way across to our near sideline. It's Farrar cutting upfield, midfield 45, cuts back 35, spins away at the 30, and finally wrestled down at the 25. The speed of Jayon Farrar on display right from the opening kickoff.
Well, that's how you make an early statement. You almost take it to the house on the opening kickoff, and the Griffins will have tremendous field position to start their opening drive. They'll be inside Mariner territory at about the 22-yard line.
Farrar will split out wide right. About a 65-yard kickoff return to start. Evan Menta is the quarterback. Here's the give to the workhorse. Jadir Laughlin, 1 play and a touchdown. Barely nicked as he goes through the line of scrimmage, and 6 on the board early for the Griffs.
13th rushing touchdown of the season for Jadir Laughlin, who came into tonight with 898 yards. He's gone over 900. He was second in the Shore. And that is an early blow for the Mariners, a team that has struggled defensively all season long. And in a kickoff return and 1 play, and the Griffs are on the board.
Gavin Nguyen on for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:37 to go in the opening quarter. If you blinked and just joined us, you missed a long kickoff return and a touchdown. We'll keep it here, Kevin. We haven't even really had time to talk about anything in this game, including the coaching matchup. Dave Ozowitz in his 8th season here with the Mariners. Dan Curcione, his 4th year for the Griffins.
Ooh.
You all right?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Go ahead,
Ed. Bivens beat probably one of the quicker guys on the North team, Zach Goodale, to get around the corner on the left side.
It was Farrar, Ed. It was not Bivens.
I'm sorry. Farrar beat Zach Goodale on the corner, on the north corner. So he beat one of their quicker guys.
Yeah, but there's nobody quicker. Farrar's one of the fastest guys
Actually,
around.
the only guy who's quicker is probably Bivens.
You just can't kick it up to those guys.
But here's the thing. Matt, this North defense has given up 31 points a game, and at times they've been a sieve. They just have not been able to get off the field. And as you said, first rushing play, he was barely touched. If he was touched, and he goes into the end zone.
Levi Wilkins will kick it off. Back deep for Toms River North, Zach Brown and Jordan Gray. 5 to either side. Ball right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. Wilkins. Good poke inside the 10. Gray. He'll come 25, 30, 35, 40. He stays on his feet, running off to the left side at midfield, continuing to go. We've got special teams plays on display as Jordan Gray will give North good field position to open it up.
Boy, fireworks early here at Gernert Field, that's for sure. And the Mariners will start on the Donovan side of the field at the 43-yard line, and we will see Jake Kazanowski, the reigning Shore Sports Network Offensive Player of the Year, although this season has not been quite the year that he had a year ago.
He'll empty out the backfield. Gray will come to the sideline. That will put the talented freshman Micah Ford into the game. Shotgun snap. It's Brown to make the catch. Tripped up at the 40-yard line.
That was Laughlin on defense. Shadir Laughlin.
Have not seen that in 3 weeks.
At all. Well, I'm going to have to take a look in the backfield and see the change.
For the Mariners, near the Griffin 40-yard line.
Laughlin looks like, Kevin, he is playing a
Linebacker spot.
I do not see Connor Farrell on the field right now. Swung to the outside. That catch is made inside the 35 down to the 30. So North coming out trying to answer back.
That was Zach Goodell on the reception.
Kazanowski's pass complete once again.
Let's take a quick look at that North offense. Kevin mentioned Jake Kazanowski. Justin Smith is the center. Nick Biacco and Jake Zagetti, the two tackles. Mike Dowd, Jamie Hans, the two guards. And those five will have to really work tonight to keep North in this game. Here's Kazanowski stepping up and will get sacked. On cue, the defensive front for the Griffins coming up with a sack that will cost the Mariners about 7. Ethan Capone up and on it. Let's take a look at that Griffin 3-4 defense. The one change that we've noted, Laughlin right now appears to be in for Connor Farrell. Cam McNair, Nico Ippolito, the rest of that defensive front. The corners are good. Bivens and Farrar are the ones that start tonight. Butler and Pruitt, the safeties. Brown in motion. Quads to the right. Kazanowski wants to throw. Circle pattern out of the backfield. Zach Brown down to the 10-yard line.
Kazanowski's pass.
I think that. Yep, that was Brown. You're right. And it was a beautifully thrown football. 3 wide receivers set up with Saad as well lining up. They've put them on the same side a couple times, and the Griffins have had a little trouble in coverage. Do remember last week, Southern at times threw the ball effectively, and they had open receivers against this DC backfield.
And we can remember on the one touchdown for the Rams, they took out their starting corner, Myshawn Russ Eisdale. He was not in the starting lineup tonight either. First and goal from just inside the 10. It's Brown in motion for Kazanowski. He's going to roll left. Throw against his body. Back of the end zone. Brown, the intended target. It falls incomplete.
You know, I made it sound like Kazanowski, he is not having the year they had last year because the offense has not had the year. But he leads the Shore in passing with 1,079 yards. And maybe the difference also, he's become much more of a running threat this year, adding 360 yards on the ground. So he's accounted for some 1,500 yards. That's not bad numbers. And remember, that's through 5 games.
And to be fair as well, he set the bar so high for himself
absolutely.
after the year that he had a season ago. Tariq Council in at the wide receiver spot. We've seen this empty backfield set all the time. Movement up front
Yep.
on the Mariners will cost them 5.